Like I've said in recent videos, even though truly wireless earbuds are all the rage these days, besides AirPods, I still prefer to use wired earbuds like these for working out at a gym because they usually have a longer battery life, their Bluetooth connection is much more stable, and you still have full control over your music playback because of the inline controller. And today we're going to be comparing my top two favorite sports wireless earbuds for working out. We have the brand new Jaybird X4 and my personal daily drivers, the Powerbeats 3. Besides some minor cosmetic and tech spec changes, the new Jaybird X4 aren't all that different from the previous Jaybird X3, and that's not a bad thing. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And just like the X3s before it, the new Jaybird X4 currently retail for $129.99. Now, I know this versus video might seem a little unfair because the Powerbeats 3 retail for $200, but since the Powerbeats 3 routinely go on sale on Amazon for less than $140, and I sold directly from Amazon, I think it evened things out. Now, if you want to pick either of these earphones up, I'll have links in the description below, and if you use the links, it really helps out the channel. I highly suggest you check them out because these earphones routinely go on sale. And also, check out the commercial down below. The biggest and most important difference between these two earphones is going to be the way you wear them. Personally, I really like the Powerbeats 3 because of their ear hooks. Once you put them in, they're staying there throughout your whole workout. You could be sprinting or dismounting from a pull-up bar or whatever, and the Powerbeats 3 ain't going anywhere. But you can only wear the Powerbeats 3 one way, whereas the Jaybird X4 give you multiple wearing options. Instead of ear hooks, the X4s have ear fins, and even though they do a very good job of keeping the X4s in place, they're not as secure as having ear hooks that wrap around your ear. But you can also wear the X4s in their over-ear style for an even more secure fit. And since the X4s also come included with compliant ear tips, you can use these ear tips if you want a more snug fit that will also offer more passive noise isolation than the silicone ear tips that come included with both the X4s and Powerbeats 3. The Powerbeats 3 have a one-size-fits-all solution, whereas the Jaybird X4 are all about options. You can customize them until you get your perfect fit, and since they're so low profile, they're also a good option for people who might want to wear them with headgear. Both of these earphones also have flat, soft-touch, tangle-free cables connecting the earbuds to one another. And like I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I still prefer to use wired earbuds like these at the gym instead of truly wireless earbuds is because of their inline controller. With truly wireless earbuds, you usually only have partial control over your media playback, and you have to rely on your voice assistant for the rest. It's kind of like how some people refuse to give up on the headphone jack on phones. Well, I don't want to give up on the inline controller on earbuds. And having this inline controller means you don't have to touch your phone as much at the gym, and you don't have to ask your voice assistant to do simple things like adjust the volume or skip a track. And both of these earphones have very easy to use controllers with very clicky buttons. Personally, the only thing I don't like about the X4s is that you have to press and hold the plus or minus button to skip a track or go back a track. But I would rather have an inline controller than having to shout at my voice assistant when I'm out of breath in a noisy gym to skip through my tracks or just adjust my volume. Now, when it comes to battery life, things are also very different between these two earphones. The Powerbeats 3 have an advertised battery life of 12 hours, and for me, I can usually go about 4 to 5 workouts in between charges with the Powerbeats 3, whereas the X4s have an advertised battery life of 8 hours, and these are good for 3 full workouts. Now, both of these earphones also feature quick charging. The Powerbeats 3 will get you 1 full hour of playback time from just 5 minutes of charging from a dead battery, whereas the X4s will get you the same 1 hour of playback time, but from a 10-minute charge. And the way you charge these earphones is also very different. Since the Powerbeats 3 charge via a micro USB port, you can use any micro USB cable you have lying around. But I still wish Apple decided to use a lightning port instead, so I can charge these earphones and my iPhone with the same cable. But unfortunately, the Jaybird X4s charge via a proprietary charging cradle. On one hand, it allows the X4s to be very low profile, but it also means you have one more cable to keep track of. Now, when it comes to sound quality, Beats have always had this reputation of having lots and lots of bass, and that's no different with the Powerbeats 3. But even though the Powerbeats 3 have a lot of bass, the mids are still present and the highs never crash. And for working out, the Powerbeats 3 sound just fine. The Jaybird X4s also sound very good for sports wireless earbuds, but since they connect to Jaybird app, you can adjust the EQ and make them sound however you want. So you can tailor the Jaybird X4 so they sound the best for the type of music you listen to. Since I listen to a lot of rap, hip-hop, and EDM, I do like a lot of bass in my music. But if you listen to country, then you might want to have a little more emphasis on the mids. And with the Jaybird, Jaybirds, you can do that. Now with the Powerbeats 3, yeah, you can go into iPhone sound setting and pick from a few EQ presets, but you don't have as much freedom as you would with Jaybird's app. Now, one thing the Powerbeats 3 has that the X4s don't is Apple's W1 chip. Obviously, the Powerbeats 3 will work with non-Apple devices just fine, but if you have multiple Apple devices, then switching between them with the Powerbeats 3 is seamless. Now, I know the majority of people watching this already know this, but Apple's W1 chip also means the Powerbeats 3 have almost no latency between audio and video when watching YouTube videos on your iPhone, and the Powerbeats 3 also have a slightly longer range than the Jaybird X4. Whereas the X4s do have a little bit of latency when watching videos, and their wireless connection won't go through as many walls as the Powerbeats 3. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, the Powerbeats 3 and Jaybird X4 are my top 2 favorite sports wireless earbuds for working out, and I feel that you can't go wrong with either of them. But objectively, the Powerbeats 3 are still a little better than the Jaybird X4 because of their wraparound ear hooks and slightly longer battery life. But I wouldn't pay $200 for them. I would only grab them if they're on sale, which they usually are on Amazon. But if you want a more low-profile design, or if you just want to save a few bucks, then the Jaybird X4 are also a good option. I've never had a problem with the previous Jaybird X3, and I expect the same from the new X4s. And for the time being, I'm still going to be using wired earbuds like these for working out instead of truly wireless earbuds. I don't think that having to pay a premium and having to compromise on battery life, media controls, and connection stability is worth not having a wire connecting to earbuds. Except for AirPods, that's a different story. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. Support the channel by clicking on the links down below, and I'll catch you next time.